Hey guys, it's Troy here, and I've got some pen mail to share with you here today. And it's something that I saw online, and I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and give it a shot on Mercari.com. Sometimes you can find some people who are selling off some fountain pens and all kinds of other stuff, clothes, you name it. But I do a search for fountain pen every so often, and I happen to find this particular set online. And I put it on watch for a while, and eventually they lowered the price. Nah, not quite there yet. And eventually lowered the price yet again, and I went ahead and I nibbled. This particular Faber Castell, you can see there is their logo, since like 1761 is when Faber Castell first was founded, and they are still in business, European company. And it came in this plastic, this hard plastic case. And I went ahead and nibbled at it. I figured, why not? When it got down to $53 for a set, not just a pen, but an entire set, I went ahead and got it. This part does not come up, so these are just kind of stuffed into here, where you've got these two pieces down inside, and you can see that there's a foam pad to keep it in place, sitting on its little cushion. So let's go ahead and take these pieces out. Take it out. There is a fountain pen, and there is a ballpoint pen, and the ballpoint is similar in size, and there is a whole instruction manual here, mostly pictographical and in various languages. So there is the case. So I already tried these out. This happens to be in the black, and it is in a resin. Now, this particular model is the Ambition. I decided, all right, I don't have an Ambition model yet, so let's go ahead and snatch it up. But you can see here, it's got the Faber Castell logo engraved into the side of that chrome cap. And you can look here, somebody actually had it personalized with their name. However, I don't believe they ever used it, because it seemed to me to be totally untouched and never having been used. So, Faber Castell logo there, and you flip it over here, also you see someone's name looks to be engraved there as well. The ballpoint is a twist to activate. It does still write. And with this resin here, there's no special design on it. It almost feels and looks like the Macrolon that you would find on a Lamy 2000. And that's kind of what it struck me at first. At first I was thinking maybe this was the black rhombus, but no, actually the rhombus has more of a guilloche engraving into that black resin that is on the barrel. Whereas this is just, so kind of a brushed resin look here. These online for just the fountain pen itself, anywhere from $80 to $100 for just this particular pen alone. That does not include the matching ballpoint. And so I figured for the two together for $53 plus tax and shipping, why not? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. All right, Faber Castell is known for some decent quality, so I figured it would be worth my while. You look at the top, the finial, you've got that flat right there, and you've got a nice little serviceable clip on it. And here at the end, that is where you can post it. It is a slip cap, and it snaps on tight, so that's not going to just fall off on you. Nice long barrel. It's not tapered or anything, so it's a nice long acrylic piece right there, but a very, very short, stubby section. And then you've got the Faber Castell nib. This happened to be a medium nib. And one of the things I'll show you, it did not come with a converter. It did come with a cartridge. As a matter of fact, had in place this dummy cartridge up front, and then had an ink cartridge right behind it that were in that barrel. Fortunately, I do carry or keep in stock behind me a bunch of converters. So I was able to put in a standard international converter into this and fill it that way. The only thing I'm not real keen on so far is how short this little section is. So screw that back in place, because when you hold it, you're going to be holding it right on that resin. You're not going to be holding it down there on that little stubby chromed out little section. When I go ahead and pick it up, it's got a good little heft to it. It's mostly in the cap though. Most of that heft is right there in this cap because it is a fairly heavy duty metal cap with a little bit of plastic liner in there. That means to me I'm not going to want necessarily to post it. It's not unwieldy on the back end, but you can definitely feel it just a little bit, but it's also long enough that I really don't need it posted. So this is probably one I would not want to use posted. So let's go ahead and see what we can come up with. Put nib to paper. A Faber Castell Ambition. Be up just a little bit. This one has the medium steel nib. Now, right now this nib is fairly smooth, and the reason it's fairly smooth is I actually, wrote with it. It was acceptable. It was not as good as I wanted it to be. So I took just a few seconds with my smoothing kit, and now it writes actually much better. Glides across a page much better than it did. So if you know how, you get a fairly decent writing nib, you can still make it a whole lot better, which is what I accomplished here. So what did I put into this? I put in some Noodler's Bad Black Moccasin. I have not used this pen a whole lot yet. I used it enough to, like I said, decide that I wanted to smooth out the nib a little bit and to make it a little more to my liking. So I still haven't spent a tremendous amount of time, and I haven't been through a full ink fill yet, which is why I'm just doing this as a pen mail video. And let's go ahead and just look at here for the ballpoint. The ballpoint works fairly well, no complaints at all. So there you go. For, like I said, 53 bucks, I found this on Mercari. And originally, like I said, it wasn't $53, but they had marked it down over 10 bucks or so. So I went ahead and nibbled at it. Like I said, this pen here alone goes for 80 some dollars, 80 to 100, depending upon from where you get it. And the ballpoints, I hadn't really priced it, even though I've got a website pulled up, and if I remember, it was like $65 or so therein. So for $53 plus tax, I got a fairly decent set to add to my collection. I've got no beef with Faber Castell products. Every one of their Faber Castell models I do have in my collection are fairly decent. They're reliable, and I've had absolutely no complaints with Faber Castell. That's why I went ahead and took the shot at this one, and it was worth the gamble.